illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, big fella? Welcome on into another Tuesday. We are back after another Browns loss, after a solid showing at the Mac and Cheese Tailgate, and some other news to hit here a little bit. Bry, how has your week been, bud? Nice to see you on Tuesday again.
It's been wild. It's been crazy, but it's been good.
Yeah, how's the move moving? Good? You guys get more and more in?
More and more in. Got to get completely cleared out of the new or the old place by Thursday. So that's priority number one, getting everything out of there and getting that ready to go. And then I'd say 80% of the boxes are unpacked here. So we still got some stragglers.
That's all right. It's bound to happen. How's Miss Maddie doing? I bet you she is everywhere in this new house.
She's good. She's good. She's still kind of feeling it all out, but she knows where her room is. So and she's enjoying. We don't quite have a dining room table yet, so she's got free range of the whole dining room with toys and everything. So she's loving that.
Oh, even better. Even better. So, Bri, how was your Sunday? Was it glorious?
It was pretty darn good. Got a lot done outside, yard work, and I was cursing this 4:00 start, but it actually kind of worked out for me to where I was done with that about 3:30. I caught the end of the first window and then watched most of the Browns game.
Yeah, I was at the tailgate. I was there until about the same time, came back to the house. I debated on going to the game, Brian, because, ticket prices were what the ticket prices were. And I debated about going, and I'm like, something? I've already been out. I'm cold right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me go get in my little recliner, pop back, and enjoy this game and see what heck's happened. And boy, Brian, do we have some fireworks, bud, which we'll get into here a little bit later. Brian, do you got any shout outs this week, my man?
I do. I have a few, so let me try to move through them quickly. First one, as we all know, Bernie's been going through it. I mentioned it last week, and he finally got his liver transplant yesterday, and still kind of in the critical time right now to make sure that it takes and his body doesn't reject it. So continued prayers to him and his family, and also prayers to this young man who unfortunately lost his life, but wanted his legacy to live on. And Browns fan, I'm sure he's very proud that his liver went to Bernie Kosar, and I think maybe his family, or he even told his family that if something happened to him, that he wanted it to go there. So I don't know. It's a tough story. It's a tough read. I saw a clip about it and read about it a little bit, but yeah, it's. You just remember that with everything good that's going on for Bernie, there's a family that's mourning. So yeah, prayers for everyone involved and prayers for the best outcome for them. And then other one that we kind of hit at the end of the show last week was Veterans Day. I didn't want to skip over it because I think it's the most important shout out we do all year. So wanted to give props and thank yous to all the veterans in my life. My grandfather, my papa, my wife's grandfather have both passed away, but they were involved in World War II. And then to current day, my cousins Mike and Hunter, our buddies, some of them that we know together, Tony, Colby. I got a buddy BJ, our friend Buzzy, and then my cousin Seth. And that kind of rolls me into my next shout out with our move. Seth has a moving company called Blue Men Moving. So They helped us move most of the big stuff, so I didn't have to do it because I'm an old man with a 40-year-old back. So I didn't feel like doing this one and asking all my friends to help. So I said, let the professionals handle it. And I mean, I couldn't be more happy with what they did. The customer service is top notch. You know how when you go to like fast food or something, you can tell when they have good customer service. Like Chick-fil-A
Oh
is
yeah.
kind of like notorious for having. You go to a Chick-fil-A and you go to a Burger King, it's almost like two different experiences because the customer service is so good, and so that's how they were. So anywhere in Northeast Ohio, if you're moving out of state, they take people out of state. So check them out, look them up, Blue Men Moving Group. I guarantee you will be satisfied. So that, oh, I got one more. And this one's for you specifically because I got a text message saying that he was going to be watching tonight. So your buddy, my buddy, Jose said to pass along to the fat man. How about them Bears?
Of course. Of course. I can't wait to see him in the chat tonight. I hope he is. I hope he's doing good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome. And by the way, your Blue Man Moving Company, are they looking for a sponsorship here on Legal Ham to the Face?
I should look. Yeah, absolutely. We can look into that.
Sponsors. If they want to sponsor a segment here at Legal Ham to the Face, we will gladly take them.
It's a good idea for sure.
Shout outs I got this week, bud, is Top Dog Tailgate. Man, what a time down there. If you have not seen the food, the spreads, and all that stuff, go to our Instagram, go to our TikTok, go to our Twitter at Ham Illegal and at network_216. Give us a like and subscribe there. All the photos are there, Bri. I sent you pictures of the mac and cheese. I sent you chili pictures. Dude, the spread was, we'll get into it on Fat Boy Tuesday, but man, Eric and Top Dog Tailgate, man, they definitely put on a good time down there. And it was all for City Dogs Cleveland, which we love near and dear to our heart. They were there selling merchandise, taking donations, everything else. Didn't have a huge turnout because the Browns fucking suck, but it was a big enough turnout. Saw a lot of Ravens fans there at Top Dog Tailgate.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people there. I want to thank everybody that came out. Got to see Lauren. Lauren was talking shit about our fantasy football league, which we'll get into the scores here in a little bit. But no, it was great seeing everybody down there. Met at brand new people. Bri ran into the Dog Chug. I ran into Roger from Dog Chug and all the group there. I'm going to be making a guest appearance with them tomorrow night at 9:30. So if you want to catch this fat guy after dark, I'm going to be on with them.
My goodness. Are they on the West Coast?
No, they do late shows. So it's like 9:30. And I was like, guys, I could do 9:30, but it's gonna be like 30 minutes and a hard out. Like I
must have kids.
So, but it was nice seeing everybody and talking with everybody down there. And I just want to shout out to them. Shout out to my wife too for bearing the traffic downtown to drop me off and pick me up afterwards.
Awesome.
I could say that I was actually walking straight up. I had one drink with Eric from Top Dog, and I was just there to enjoy the food and enjoy the people. And I had a blast. So it was a great time. And then that's it for my shout outs. Like I said, City Dogs, please help them out. I know their kennel is full again. Their kennel is always full. And you can adopt a dog. That'd be awesome. But if you can't volunteer, donate, do something like Eric does with Top Dog Tailgate. Throw a tailgate for him. Money, proceeds, go to City Dogs Cleveland. We've done it too. We've thrown fundraisers for them, which we're probably going to start doing again. Bring them, much money in because they need the money to help out dogs, sick dogs, everything else. So please go check them out at City Dogs CLE. All right. With that being said, Brian, before we get into our trivia, we do have a little bone to pick with our Legal Ham to the Face Fantasy Football League. Because I am not liking my team right now, and I'm wondering if we could do a vampire and I could just trade with somebody. Like my whole team.
Oh. I would consider that if you can honestly look me in the face and tell me that you were present for the entire draft.
For our draft?
Our draft.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You get no sympathy from me. You let the
No, actually,
computer.
hold on.
You let the computer make your picks. You deal
No,
with
no,
the
no, no, no.
consequences.
I think I was for ours.
You
With
were
the
there for maybe 3 or 4 picks.
yes,
And
that's
so
true.
this is what you have to deal with.
You know
You get no
something? I don't like
sympathy from me.
Oh, look at that. Bry locked in a spot at the playoffs, buddy. When's playoffs starting?
It's coming up.
Yeah,
Jeez,
it
I mean,
is. Holy
we're
shit.
we're week 11 or 12 or something. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
it'll
week
be. I
11.
think week 11. So yeah, I think week 14, maybe 15. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, so we got week 11, and our last week is week 14, it looks like.
Week 14. Okay. Yep, that
Yeah.
sounds right.
All right, so let's get the score updates from last week 11, from the Illegal Ham to the Face Fantasy Football League. We start out with Golden Showers on Mayflowers beat Team Big Meat 137-85. Big Bry beat Always Next Year 136-106. Bills Mafia squeaks out a close one 118-117 over Dog Pound. Portage County Prostitutes keep their undefeated streak
Wow.
alive, beating Your Name Sucks 115-95. Runner. Holy shit, Chris. Here we go. Here's another 200
Got a
score.
good team. Yep.
193-147.
Wow.
And Harold Keel whops all over. What all that? Smith and Jigba 113-100. So, Bry going to the standings, the Illegal Ham of the Face Fantasy Football League standings. At the top of the heap, Portage County Prostitutes at 11-0. Runner at 8-3. Big Bry at 8-3. Then we have Joe Bear and Golden Showers on Mayflowers at 7-4. Harold Keel in a lone spot at 6-5. And then we have 3 at 4-7 with Honky Cat, Dog Pound, Bills Mafia, and Waddle. That Smith and Jigba is at 3-8 and still alive in the playoff hunt. All right.
Okay.
So right now, Portage County Prostitutes, Runner, and Big Bry are all locked into the playoffs and eliminated. Team Big Meat and Your Name Sucks. Justin Masters is eliminated from the Illegal Ham to the Face Fantasy Football League. All right. Woo.
Take a breath. Have a beer.
There we go. Hold on. Let me get a drink. Justin said Fatty and I are the Browns of the league. I prefer to call myself the Jets because I beat the Browns. At least I have one more win more than you. I'll take it. Chris said 193 with JT on a bye. Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
Gary.
Hey, that's right. There's a reason why he's called Runner, Bry. And it might be Runner.
The 1990s Buffalo Bills, you might as well be called.
Yep, just a 4-peat. Justin said maybe, but I beat Big Bry.
Yeah, right.
My God.
That's why you love. That's why you love fantasy football.
That is any given Sunday, and hey, any given one person that you never heard of scoring 35 points. Gotta love that.
Right. Who was it this week?
I have no clue. Probably.
Oh,
It's probably last night with Pickens.
Pickens, yeah, Pickens. Well, shoot, Jacoby Brissett, your boy, has been tearing it up. He set the record for most completions in a game.
Well, yeah, I would hope so because they suck so much.
I got to throw a lot. I mean, shoot, I think Dylan Gabriel might be able to set that if he just throws everything to the line of scrimmage, bunch of screen passes.
It's kind of what Jacoby Brissett does too. I get it, Brian. All right, Brian, you ready to get in our trivia, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. It is your turn for trivia tonight. Are you ready to go?
You got it.
All right, let's play the sounder and let's get it on. Trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. Please go adopt a dog from City Dogs. They got merch, all this other stuff for sale. They got shirts for sale. They got cups for sale. They got a whole bunch of calendars and hats. So if you want to go buy some stuff for Christmas gift ideas for everybody, please go hit them up at City Dogs CLE. All right, Brian, your turn for trivia.
All right. As we know, your boy Myles Garrett has been on a tear lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we'll bring it up at some point, but 10 sacks in the last 3 games, is it?
Yeah.
Unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. That's got to be a record, but that's not what my question's about. But it also has to do with how great Myles Garrett's been in his career. So he now holds the record for most consecutive seasons with 12 or more sacks. 6 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he have a tie with before? Who has 5 in a row?
I think I have the answer for that because I think I seen it as you saw it. So
It was on the broadcast. Yep. I was hoping that you were maybe a little overserved and you didn't remember it. I thought you'd be a pool league. You don't have pool league on Sundays anymore?
We were high. So that was kind of a bonus too, because I was like, man, I'm going to leave this tailgate and then go to pool league and then, watch the game there and I won't be paying attention. No, it was kind of nice. We were on a bye. So I was able to kind of hone into the game, watch the game, my notes. So it's going to be a fun time when we start doing the, but yes, Brian, I will answer that here.
Sure.
We're in a better team. He'd be considered the best ever. Well, he's still kind of considered the best ever right now. Look at Joe Thomas.
He will be.
So
he will be.
But we're just pissing away people's careers, like Joe Bitonio, Myles Garrett.
There's been talk lately, and going back to maybe the beginning of the season, like, would you rather have a great offense or a great defense? And people, to be contrarian, say, I'd rather have a great defense. Defense wins champions, blah, blah, blah. No, we have a great defense, and it got us 2-8. So,
yeah, but see, the bad thing is,
would you rather have Myles Garrett, or would you rather have Patrick Mahomes? I understand Myles Garrett's probably better with his position, but quarterback just means so much in a game. Yeah, it'll give me Patrick Mahomes, as much as I love Myles.
And we'll get into this on the Cleveland headlines, but Brian, what you're saying is true. But the bad thing is a lot of people love to have an elite defense with an average offense. Brian, we are below average and below average of below average. We are like 6 feet under the manure pit right now is where we're at. You ever watch the where they throw the scraps down at people and the kings and the queens just throwing, you get your scrap. That's what our offense is down there trying to pick up the scraps of just whatever is left over of this offense. It's bad, right? It's bad.
I agree.
All right. Justin says, screw Mahomes. We got Mike Voorhees in here from the Guards cast. Mike, we're going to talk a little bit of guards tonight, stuff that you guys already talked about. Cleveland will never have an elite quarterback. I can't argue with that. I
can't believe that. If I truly believe that, I couldn't be a fan.
Well, Brian, you would think that we would luck into one in 30 years, and nope, not us. Not us. Hey, Detroit lucked into one.
They traded for one. Well, no, Matthew Stafford. Yes, you're right. But
they lucked into one.
Stop drafting 6-foot quarterbacks. I don't care how good Baker Mayfield has been this year. You see what happened when he played Josh Allen? Not that close.
It was a shootout, though. Don't you start that.
He had 140 yard passing.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Stop it. Stop.
That's what happened. That's why, I won't argue that Baker Mayfield isn't a lot better than what Deshaun Watson's been. There's no argument for that because he has been. But he can't get the elite guys. That's what I'm concerned about.
Baker Mayfield in Carolina was better than what Deshaun Watson has been here.
Without watching the tape a whole lot, you'll get no argument from me.
All right, there it is. At least I got that argument one. And there's Justin Bryan as a closet baker bro. All right, here we go. All right. Well, let's play the Cleveland headlines. Let's get into the show. God, here they all come in. Harry Watson may start on Sunday. Jesus God, don't start that
No,
on me.
that's not
Son of
not this Sunday, anyways.
All right, so Brian, let's get into your Cleveland headlines. We'll get into Browns here in a little bit. We do got to talk a little bit of guards. We're going to make it real quick with the guards because we do have a new manager of the year. Stephen Vogt won manager of the year back to back. So Voter won manager of the year, and Brian, we got two pitchers that supposedly did some cockfighting on their the bets that they hedged while they were pitching. Ortiz and Clase got arrested by FBI. They're going through the process right now for bets that were, Brian, dare I say, for what they were getting paid, very minimal. And it floors me, the things that are coming out now, especially with Clase texting people during games to, hey, get ready. Here comes my 88 slider right in the dirt. Just things like that. The stories that come out. And if you want to hear like the extended part, go to MLB Guards Cast. They hit it up. Yeah, $12,000 for each, Mike Voorhees said. $12,000 for each. Brian, what are your thoughts on Voter winning manager of the year again and these two knuckleheads that pretty much just pissed away their entire professional baseball career?
Yeah, starting with the pitchers. Until further notice, they're both dead to me. I don't really care to hear. I mean, I hope they do well. I hope, clearly they've made a lot of money, so I'm not too concerned with that. But as far as being a Guardians fan, I don't care about anything unless you tell me there's a realistic chance that they can come back and help this team. I don't care. You screwed us over. You're looking out for yourself. It just, you can't help but think with Clase, with his struggles last year in the postseason, could that have been something? Did somebody? Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm
Reckless.
saying
Hold on. Let me
happened.
play the sounder. Reckless speculation.
Right, and that's what it is. It's just speculation. But I mean, because he's doing these back alley deals with these shady characters, you can't help but think, was he doing it for them in the postseason? So, but yeah, like as far as they're concerned, good luck and everything. We have to move on. So, and then with Vogt, it's hard to argue. Me not being a huge baseball guy, but just knowing everything the Vogt had to deal with this year and the talent deficiency. You look at our lineup versus other teams that made the postseason's lineup. I remember one time I was looking at, I think it was in the ALCS. I was looking at, what was it? The Blue Jays and was it
Mariners?
Mariners, Blue Jays and Mariners. I was looking over their lineups just to see, like, has baseball fallen off that far to where guys can't hit anymore, where like 240 is seen as being a pretty good hitter. No, I think between the two teams, they had one hitter hitting below like 230, and the Guardians had like what 4 or 5 starters hitting below 230. It seemed like, or 235. Yeah, so the fact that we just hung in there was unbelievable, and certainly the pitching staff and those coaches had a lot to do with that. But just knowing the financials of baseball and knowing the uphill battle that Stephen Vogt has and that the Guardians have every year, it's like, he has to overcome so much more than like Dave Roberts has to. I relate it more towards football and more towards college football because the NFL is like a level playing field with college football. Like, if you ask me who's a better coach, Ryan Day or Kirk Cignetti, Kirk Cignetti all day, every day, because Ryan Day gets the best players every single year. So he's just kind of doing what he's supposed to be doing. Whereas somebody who has the 20th or the 30th best recruiting class, if they can be undefeated through a season, I give that guy more respect because I know he doesn't have these top tier 5-star players or these $700 million players that the Dodgers have, and so he's just finds a way to get it done, hats off, tip your cap to him. I don't know, Mike Voorhees would have a better idea on how much the manager really means to a baseball team. But as far as I'm concerned, well deserving of 2 years in a row.
Yeah, and I want to bust your balls for a second, just a little bit about the college coaches, because
Mhm.
it's no better than Nick Saban, because Nick Saban for years just got the best talent all the time.
And that's
And
why
who's the better
agree.
coach? Who's the better coach then?
Coach between who?
Nick Saban and the guy from Indiana.
I mean, the hardware speaks for itself. If Ryan Day wins six
the
national
hardware.
titles, I'll have no. Yeah, and that's what sports is. That's why Tom Brady's the greatest. That's why.
It's not because he had top recruiting classes for like 35 years that he was there at Alabama.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's not like he was doing it. Yeah, it's not like he's the greatest coach ever. He's not like he's I don't even know who's the Western Kentucky coach that won a national title in the '60s or something like that. No, he's doing it with the best recruits, and that's why baseball and college football are far less superior than the NFL, because the NFL is a level playing field. That's why NFL is king, because the Browns have as good a chance at winning a championship as the Kansas City Chiefs do.
Every year, do they?
Theoretically, they spend as much money as they are. Our salary cap. Look at the salary caps. I bet they're about the same.
Yeah, but the talent of players
is go talk to Andrew Berry about
it. All right. Also, Cavs are playing hot right now. Man, I tell you what, loving. Have you seen the creamsicle unis, Bri?
I mean that.
How have you not gone out and got a creamsicle uni?
I will. I'll find some sort of the land gear, because that type of orange, it's almost like a Tennessee orange. That's like my favorite color. So I'll be getting them here for sure.
Those look so good and so clean. God, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Brian, now I do have to ask. This is our one Cavs take before we get into the Browns. Are you concerned about Darius Garland and his toe injury again?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Without knowing exactly, the timetable, they've kind of been a little vague about how long he might miss, I feel like. But I'm going to say it time and time again, and people are going to get sick of me saying it. Like, the playoffs are all I really care about. So if you have to hold out Darius Garland till March, it's fine, And then when he comes back, then you give Donovan Mitchell a break, because Donovan Mitchell right now is Superman. He should be. I don't know if it's very early, but MVP conversation, he should definitely be in it, because he's just carrying this team to wins. And so it seems like, even though the record really doesn't show it, that they still seem to be one of the top teams in the East. And if you can get Darius Garland back and healthy, he just adds that much more to what we can do. He's our second biggest scoring threat, and so we just need him healthy. I don't care how long it takes. Get him healthy. Don't rush him back for whatever reason. Donovan Mitchell can handle it on his own until he gets back.
Chris asked if we've seen the fines for the Cavs sitting out Mitchell and Mobley on the 12th. I guess it's Mobley. He said Motley, but Marion Motley is not playing for the Cavaliers. No, I haven't. I'll check into it. But I mean, the only thing that concerns, huh?
Why is that a thing? They fine guys for taking nights off now?
So what it was during the Miami. I believe it was Miami game that you're talking about.
Back-to-back games, right?
Well, it wasn't even back-to-back. It was like a game and then a day, and then they played Miami again.
Right. They were in Miami for 2 straight.
Yeah. Well, they were in Miami for 3 days, but 2 different. So they played on Monday and Wednesday. So it wasn't a true back-to-back, but it was kind of a back-to-back.
Yeah. Straight.
But I didn't know. I know they sat, which really pissed me off. But hey, we ended up winning that game. So what does it matter?
We
So,
lost with him and then we won without him. We'll
yeah.
figure that out.
I mean, I do have to say, Bri, I am very surprised with Merrill and Craig Porter Jr. and even Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo Ball might be the sneaky pickup that they needed for this team to help them on the run if he can stay healthy to the postseason, because I love the pickups that they made, Bri. I like the way they constructed this team right now with Larry Nance, Ball, Jalen Tyson, even though he's got a concussion, is starting to come to form and being like a true swing. And then, God, Merrill can dot the net from anywhere on the court, man. Like, you just give him just a break and it's there and it's gone. So I'm just very happy with this Cavs team. I'm excited, but like you said, wake me up in about March or April when it's time to start playing for real.
Yeah, I just wish that they would take this time early in the season where wins maybe are not of the utmost importance, and let's just have Evan Mobley be our go-to guy. Let him be the alpha. Let him say, Evan, take over. So we need to build your confidence that you can do this when it really matters in the postseason, and you're comfortable in this role, because he's not comfortable just giving him the ball and saying, go make a basket. So this is the time, and it's going to cost you some games probably, because Donovan Mitchell can do it and bail him out. But yeah, we need, in case Garland's not available in the playoffs, we need somebody other than Donovan Mitchell to do it. And so, what a better time than right now for Evan Mobley to get comfortable doing that.
Yeah, and he needs to, because this team's going to go anywhere. It's with him. It's him,
for sure.
and it's him and Mitchell. So, all right, Bri. You ready to talk a little Cavs?
Oh,
or
I can't.
Little Browns? Little Browns?
Sure thing.
All right. So, Bri, God, we lost another heartbreaker against the Baltimore Ravens. Myles Garrett played out of his mind. I think he ended up with just 4, correct? 4 sacks.
Yep.
Had 4 sacks. He just did everything. The defense played fantastic. Special teams, right? Dare I say, did good. Didn't give up any miscues.
Got a turnover.
You still can't do it. Still can't pull out a win. But the silver lining is, Bri, everybody got to see what time it was. Bri, everybody got to see. Everybody got to see him. Came in the second half. Gabriel's out with a concussion. Watches up. Everybody got to see it. I, for one, was so excited that, and even more excited that it looked horrible. And, I hate to say that being a Browns fan, but
it doesn't sound like you're a Browns fan if you're happy that they look terrible.
Well, Bri, I'm tired.
Yeah, you're letting social media get in the way of your fandom.
It's not even social media, Bri. It's everywhere. It's not even social media. It's news. It's radio. It's news. It's everywhere else. Oh, why is he not starting? Why is he not playing right now? Dylan Gabriel sucks. Bri, it was at the tailgate. I heard it for 4 straight hours at the tailgate. And I know that Gabriel sucks. But just to finally see him play, and everybody's seen him play, and seen what it was, okay, Bri? And now we could just go, okay, we have work to do. He is not the savior right now. Right now. I'm not saying that he can't be later on. But right now, he needs some work. He needs a lot of work. And for everybody sitting there bitching that he's not getting first-team reps, he's not doing this, I want you to go to the King Carmen show with Anthony Lima, and I want you to listen to what Brian Hoyer said during their interview with Brian Hoyer and what an actual day of practice is for those guys in the NFL, and especially the quarterback position and what they have to do. Okay? Yes, they set him back at the beginning, not giving him reps with the team during training camp and all that stuff. It's season now. You got to be ready to play, even as a backup. I mean, yes, were there glimpses that I loved? A couple of throws I did love. I did. I love that dart down to Fanning right in the numbers. I love the pass that Laverdan or whatever in the end zone that he couldn't bring in. I love that the ball is getting put downfield, but the bad thing is you're also turning your back and you're running 35 yards backwards. And the Baltimore Ravens knew it, and they put everybody in the box, including Art Modell, to blitz on you, and he couldn't stop it. So, Brian, I give you the floor.
Yeah, I understand the excitement for Shador. I think any fan who is logical and really understands the situation, you know, yeah, he's probably not a fifth round pick, like I said before. He's probably not a fifth round pick, but he's probably not a first round pick. He's probably somewhere in between. So,
But yet he
for a
was
guy,
drafted in the 5th round, though.
he was drafted in the fifth round, right? So that's why the expectations have such a huge range. Some
Hold
people
on.
expect him
I
to
gotta
look like
ask.
a fifth round. Yep.
Is it the expectations or is it the following that he has from Colorado? Because I don't know if it's the expectations or the following of people that he has. We already went through this shit with Johnny Manziel.
Oh, and Baker Mayfield. We still have a lot of Oklahoma fans. I think that's just the natural progression that we're going to have to live with. But yeah, I'm talking about Browns fans. I'm not talking about Colorado Buffalo fans. Some Browns fans expectations were he's a fifth round pick, similar to DTR. Other Browns fans say this is a guy who Mel Kiper had ranked number 1 quarterback in this past year's draft.
Mm-hmm.
And I can listen to both of them. I'm somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, I don't think he's a fifth round pick is a guy who shouldn't be playing his first year. Number 1 overall quarterback from Mel Kiper should be starting from day 1. So he's somewhere in between. And the whole Dylan Gabriel thing just kind of muddies the waters because if there's any potential for Shador, he's just not getting a whole lot of work. So what do you expect? But I think you saw why Browns fans are excited about Shador. Even he didn't look great, even though he made a lot of mistakes, even though he has a lot of learning to do. The bar is set so low right now for Cleveland Browns quarterbacks that having a quarterback just throw the ball down the field gets us excited. He doesn't even have to complete them. He just has to kind of come close and not throw 6 interceptions a game. Because we've been conditioned for the last month to see 2-yard outs, to see 3-yard curls, to see throws behind the line of scrimmage. So like I told you before this past game, what is there to get excited about with Dylan Gabriel? There's nothing. I mean, about 3 weeks ago, I hoped that, okay, he'll progress. He'll start throwing the ball down the field. We'll start seeing this offense open up a little bit. And it's been more of the same every single game. So we finally have a quarterback that can throw the ball down the field. He still struggles with a lot, as you saw. That's why he didn't score a point in the second half. There's anybody who says he played well, they're delusional. He did not play well. He played poorly. He had maybe one good pass, maybe a couple good passes.
Mm-hmm.
He completed one nice pass. Fannin had another drop that drive, and then the pass to Larvdan was, kind of.
It was there.
It was there. It wasn't the most beautiful pass ever, but it was something that he made the throw and he let his receiver make a play.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, what do they say the difference in college and the NFL is? College, as you see with Ohio State, guys are running wide ass open. You just throw it to them because they're better athletes. Like I said earlier, Jeremiah Smith's going to burn any 99.5 cornerbacks in NCAA. He's just going to outmaneuver them, and he's going to get wide ass open, and you just have to throw it to him. In the NFL, you have to throw guys open, and that's something that a lot of rookies struggle with because they're waiting for guys to get wide open. And Shador's just throwing it up and letting the receiver make a play, and he almost did. I mean, it's something we see with other teams all the time. You go even watch great quarterbacks. They trust their receivers. They just throw it up. They're not worried about throwing interceptions. They just say, I'm going to throw it to where my guy can kind of make a play at it. If not, these guys are taught to break it up and not let it be an interception. So, but with Shador, the more, and we've seen very limited amount of snaps. We've seen very little from him, but I'm kind of at the point now where I think like his ceiling, and it's probably premature for me to say this, but I think his ceiling is like a Jameis Winston, to where he can throw the ball downfield, he can look really great one week, and he can look really bad the next week. And he struggled with taking sacks like he did at Colorado, like Dylan Gabriel did against the Jets, where you think you have just all this time, but
And you don't.
yeah, but you have to give him a little bit of a break because this is the first time he's seen NFL football. First time ever.
What do you
Even if
mean? All
even
the
if he was
Shador
playing
suckers.
one.
Hey, all the Shador suckers are all like, he already seen it. He's seen it in preseason. Remember
I don't.
preseason? He did great. He saw NFL football already, Brian.
That wasn't NFL football.
Are you
That
sure?
was
That's
yeah.
what they're clamoring about.
Well, I mean, you have to weed out the trash that is thrown through social media. You have to just don't get caught up with that stuff. I feel like a lot of people just get caught up with, well, this guy said this, that guy said that. Use your brain. You have eyes. Watch the games. You know that he's never seen NFL football before. So now that he's seen it, you hope he's a little better next week. You hope he's a little better, and he continues to improve. Will he? I'd say no. We're still, as far as I'm concerned, the Browns are still in the same trajectory that they were back at the end of April after the draft, where we had Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders and Joe Flacco. At that point, I knew we were drafting a quarterback with our first pick in the 26th draft. Right now, I think we're drafting a quarterback with our first pick in the 26th draft. Nothing's changed. It's up to them to prove us wrong. And the more I think about it, the more I think maybe Kevin does have, a word with Haslam that, hey, I'll bring you back in 26 because I understand you're kind of having to eat a green one in 25. Because like if Kevin Stefanski, all he cared about was winning games, you're playing Joe Flacco for the entire year, and you probably have 3, 4, maybe 5 wins at this point. Because just playing a 3rd round rookie and a 5th round rookie, you hope they get better, but use your brain. It's a 3rd round, 5th round rookie. There's not many NFL teams that will count on those guys to win games for you.
No, Brian, I agree. I am. Part of me was the fact of, especially with and it's not per se Sanders hate, Brian. It's not Sanders hate. Like, I hope he does well. I hope he does well for the Browns. I just
Doesn't
didn't
sound
know.
like it.
Hold on.
You sound
I
like
didn't.
you were happy when he failed.
Well, so here's the reason why. Is we drafted our quarterback, supposedly the one they wanted, with Dylan Gabriel.
Right.
And then, hold on. And then at that point in time, you already have Flacco here. You already had Pickett here, correct? When that draft happened. Then you draft Shador Sanders, knowing what was going to happen when you drafted him. It wasn't a normal draft pick. It wasn't like Joe Smith from Utah or BYU or Oregon State. This was Shador Sanders with the biggest hype on him, and yet you drafted him. So you knew the circus was going to come to town with everything that's happened with this. Okay? Also, you have Mel Kiper and Bry. I know draft analyst, they get it wrong too, bud. They get it wrong too.
Oh, yeah.
Mel Kiper's gotten so many wrong that he's, harped on and that he's going to be the greatest quarterback ever. So for me personally, I didn't like the competition that Shador Sanders was up against in Colorado. Okay. When they drafted him, I was like, okay, we'll see. But as soon as they drafted him, Bry, it was like Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel all went away. And it was all about Shador. He should be the starting quarterback being picked in the 5th round. He should have been this. He should have been that. Okay. The kid needs work. He honestly needs work. He needs footwork. He needs to learn to stay in the pocket. He needs to move around in the pocket. And that's what they've been trying to do with him. Now, Bry, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not saying that, write him off. He's done. It was a horrible half of football. I don't ever want to see this kid again. We're going to see him again on Sunday. But I need to see improvement on Sunday. I need to see flashes from him if he's going to do anything. Because if not, Dylan Gabriel's going to go right back in there because you know how much Stefanski loves Dylan Gabriel. So if he's going to do anything, this humbling moment of him sitting on the bench with his head down after getting his ass kicked in the second half and feeling like getting sacked 35 times is going to be a humbling experience for him. And he's going to look in the mirror and he's either A, going to grab his huevos, suck him up and say, all right, it's time to get to work, or he's never going to be heard of in the league again. And that's where we're at right now with a 5th round quarterback, Bry.
Yeah, I wonder. We'll never know the real truth on why they drafted him. But is there a chance that maybe it was a business decision, meaning
All for money.
It affects the bottom line? Because let's be honest,
keeps the Browns relevant.
Well, what were tickets going for? You said $6.
I think there was one for $7.
$7. Okay. So imagine if you have that for the rest of the year. If we didn't have a Shador Sanders and we had Dylan Gabriel, it's going to be $6 the next game. It's going to be $5 the next game. When it gets 10 degrees out, is anybody going to go pay their hard-earned money to go see Dylan Gabriel play?
No,
of course not.
No,
of course not. So Shador Sanders gives us some sort of excitement in a year that is as bad as last year was. This year's worse.
Yeah.
Because it's just unwatchable. Last year we had hope with Deshaun, and maybe he'll get something, and then okay, he's done. Now we got Jameson. He's fun to watch at least. And then DTR, maybe he can get the spark back that he had in preseason. But I mean, like I said last week, it's a death march. If you have Dylan Gabriel for the rest of the season and there's nobody else, Dylan Gabriel, Bailey Zappi, it's a death march. Nobody's going to pay money to go down there. You couldn't pay me. I start talking $300 to force me to go down and watch this team. As great as their defense is, as great as Myles Garrett is, if Dylan Gabriel's the quarterback, you're going to have to pay me to go watch him.
Yeah, I know.
So at least Shador Sanders, as much as you dislike the Shador fans, he gives us some sort of excitement. It's not. It doesn't mean he's going to be great, but he'll throw the ball down the field. Like I said, it's not going to be 3 yards here, 3 yards. Dylan Gabriel, the first half, I think we scored like 16 points. The defense got us 10 of those, and then the other ones, we ran one play. We had success running this one play twice. We ran the same play twice, and we got like 20 yards both times. And it was that pump fake to the flat screen, and then pull it and then hit Cedric Tillman for 20 yards. We ran it twice, and it was successful. But there's probably 500 quarterbacks on the planet that can make that throw. All you're doing is you're hoping the defense bites on your pump fake, and they did twice. So that makes his stats look much better than really what they, because he was doing the same thing that he's been doing since he was quarter. And I hate to just crap on Dylan Gabriel because he's dealing with the same crappy offensive line as every quarterback that we've played this year, the same crappy receivers that we've had for the whole year. And he's a 3rd round rookie who's probably more of a 5th or 6th round rookie. So he has no business playing. But what's just crazy is the Browns treat him like he's a first round, like he's a first rounder. Like, okay, yeah, we'll trade away both our veterans so you can move up the depth chart so we can play you and start you before the midway point. That's what you do with like the 5th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
And the Browns are doing it with. That's why I think Stefanski knows the assignment. Like, hey, we're probably not going to win, but let's find out what we have in these rookies before we go and spend, the 3rd overall pick on a quarterback next year, just in case we might have something with them. So, how they divvy up the starts from here on out, your guess is as good as mine. I think Gabriel will come back, unless Shador throws for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns this next week. Gabriel will start the following week, probably
Well,
2 weeks, and then maybe Shador takes back over in December.
it all depends on the concussion, though, Bry. Like, he might be out a
Yeah.
couple. I mean, we've seen it with Denzel Ward. He was out a couple weeks with a concussion. So we might have the Shador Sanders experiment right now. And Bry, there's a winnable game coming up. I mean, we're playing Las Vegas.
Right.
And hey, it might be the Kenny Pickett show versus the Shador Sanders show, from what I saw the other night. Holy shit! But Brian, let me talk about this defense. I have harped on this show since the very beginning of the season that I am waiting for this defense just to cash it in. Offense is doing shit. What are we doing this for? Blah blah blah. Right? This defense has kept playing. I mean, you got Myles Garrett, going 4 sacks. Hey, Schlesinger, just a stud, Bry, stud. What a great pickup that guy was. All right, defensive wise, you shut down their passing game. The only reason they won the game was on a trick play, Bry, with Mark Andrews. Only reason they won the game was 1 4th down trick play with Mark Andrews that you didn't, bite the bullet on and didn't, sell all the way out. But Bry, this defense, I really did. I thought they were going to phone it in, and man, they still keep playing tough. And Bry, I know we've talked about a lot of things, and I know that we don't want to waste people's time and all that stuff, but I have a really bad feeling that we are wasting a very, very elite defense, and we're just wasting it right now. Like, Brian, dare I say a Super Bowl defense is what we're wasting away right now.
Sorry.
No, you're all right.
I don't know if they're elite. Because if they're elite, they would be holding teams to 10, 13 points a week, which at home, yeah, they're elite. They're the best defense in the NFL at home. The problem is you only play half your games at home. So what happens on the road? Obviously, has a lot to do with the offense not producing, special teams giving up 2 kick touchdowns. You can't hold that on our defense. But at home they're elite. They are. I agree with you. To hold Lamar Jackson down for as long as they did, you just give him enough opportunities, he's going to eventually cash one in. And it took a trick play with Mark Andrews for them to score their touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we'll see. Maybe they'll bring it this week because, like you said, it is a very winnable game. So they think, all right, let's just go dominate. Defense get the win. Shador Sanders maybe puts up 2 field goals, 3 field goals, and then the defense wins the game for you. So maybe that happens this week. I think they got so fired up this past week because it was maybe just being a 4:00 game, because we don't have any primetime games this year. That was the closest thing that we'll get to a primetime game, even though we weren't broadcast across the whole nation. But it felt like under the lights, it kind of felt like a primetime game going against a great opponent. So I think they gave a game, but you just kind of knew as a fan watching that game, you just kind of had a feeling that unless the defense can make another huge play, get us maybe in scoring position, or maybe the Ravens screw up coverage and a guy can break free or something. But you're waiting as a Browns fan, and you've seen this story before. You were waiting for us to give it away, and that's what we did.
I know. It's defeating right now because, Brian, this is another game we could have won. So there is 3 games on this schedule that we were winning, and we ended up losing. Like, this could be a completely different team. We could have 4 wins right now, and looking at the AFC North, and still in the AFC North with 4 wins, Brian. It is what it is. What are you looking for? So I do have to give a shout out, and I didn't do it earlier. My baby sister bought one of the most amazing gifts for birthday, Father's Day, Christmas to Chris. They're flying out to Vegas this weekend for the Vegas game. They're going out to the Vegas, enjoying Vegas, going to go watch the game in Vegas. So shout out to them. I hope they have a blast. By the way, put 100 down on black. Brian, you got any numbers you want to put down on the roulette wheel?
Yeah, 19. Play 19 all
right.
weekend long.
Chris,
good luck this week.
You heard it here. I will slip you a 50 to put on 19, and we will go from there. You might have to, corner it. Make sure that you get at least hedge your bet a little bit. But
sure.
So, but Brian, Vegas is coming up. They're successful. Oh my God, I can't even say it. Susceptible. Did I say it right? Susceptible?
I think so.
Okay. Right now, they just had another loss. What a horrible game that was last night between the Cowboys and them. But you do have to watch out for Max Crosby. That dude the dude's a beast. And they do have a running game if they want to run with Genty. So the only thing is if they want to.
6 rushes yesterday.
So the key people you got to keep an eye out for the Las Vegas Raiders is Crosby, Bowers, and Genty. Wide receivers are kind of non-existent like ours. Bry, do you think Shedeur Sanders gets his first NFL win in Las Vegas?
I'm going to say he does.
It is.
Yeah, I think the defense has a lot to do with it. I don't think he goes out there and he tears it up or anything, but yeah, I think gosh, it's playing with such fire, picking the Browns to win a road game anymore, especially west of the Mississippi. Like, those two things just don't happen. But for sake of, and maybe if Dylan Gabriel was playing, I might even pick him to win that too. But yeah, I just feel like our defense is playing at such an elite level that a little 3-hour plane ride shouldn't make that much of a difference. So there'll be tons of Browns fans in attendance. Schlesinger, like you were saying, he's just, I mean, he impresses you every single week. Yeah, that one against the Jets where he just said enough is enough. I'm sick of you running the ball down our throats. I'm just going to blitz right past the center and make a play. And, I think if he wasn't banged up a little bit with his ankle injury, he would have tracked down Mark Andrews this past week and maybe saved the touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, we're just playing so well on defense. If the offense can just give us much of anything, if you're asking for a prediction, they got a good kicker. So I'll say they have 13 and we have 17.
17-13. All right. I can get down with that, Bri. With this game coming up, especially after the heartbreak, and also, Brian, let me talk about Shedeur on the road. I think it might be better for Shedeur on the road. The only thing that sucks though is the Raiders fans are nuts. They're just like the Browns fans. They are a different breed. But I'm kind of with you. If they can kind of control everything, get Junkins on the ball, work on their quick outs to the wide receivers, everything else. I think that there's a game plan where they could do it. And hey, sometimes throw the ball down the field. Not a lot. Now, the thing I need to see from Shador, though, is you got to keep your poise in the pocket. You cannot start running backwards. You found out real quick that 335-pound defensive lineman can run fast, and they caught you. All right, so you got to stop running backwards. You cannot run backwards anymore. I don't want to see you running backwards. You're not Michael Vick. You are not, RG3 back when RG3 didn't have a knee rebuild. Like, you are not any of them. All right, so please stop running backwards. All right, so but Brian, I'm kind of with you. I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think this is going to be a slugfest. I have the feeling that Vegas will be favored because they're playing in Vegas.
Right.
I don't know the spread right now, but Brian, I'm kind of with you. I'm 20. I'm going to say 20-13. I think they get 20 points, but I think a lot of that 20 points is obviously a defensive touchdown and some field goals from your kicker. Are you losing your earbuds, bud? He just left me. Bry just left me. Is he getting another beer? Tell me he's getting another beer so I don't feel bad for Bry leaving me. Nah, he's gone. All right, well, we'll get into I think that's the score. We'll get into Fat Boy Tuesday here. Let me kick Bry out. We'll talk about Top Dog Tailgate and the fun that I had there after the sounder. As soon as I find it right about there.
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
What's going on, everybody? It's Fat Boy Tuesday. And I'll tell you what, we had a great time at the Mac for Mutts tailgate with City Dogs Cleveland and Top Dog Tailgate. I do have some wonderful pictures here. If you've never been down to Western Summit, please go down to Western Summit. They do everything great down there. Let me pull up their setup here. Let me bring up this guy. Boom. So those are the tents there at Western Summit. Great time. Great people. Eric, I can't thank you enough. You're going to rewatch this later. I do have a quick little video of the background at Western Summit. So there's the actual tailgate at Western Summit. That ambulance is completely gutted out. There, the orange ambulance. And it is full of nothing but kitchen stuff. So they make everything there fresh. So if you can, please go check them out. What a great time. Bri, I showed them the video. Let me bring you back in. Showed them the video of the Top Dog Tailgate, the setup there. You've been there before. Let me bring up the video again for Bri so he can see. But, man, let me tell you, what a great setup they have there. And I think it's $25 donation. You get your drinks, food, everything. Have a great time there. Bri, we did have some fantastic food there for the mac and cheese. Let me show you what I started out with. There is the, Bri, dare I say, 7 pounds of cheese that I started out with to start out the Mac for Mutts. I see you grabbing your heart right there. Little heart flutter.
Yes, the very, I guess maybe subconsciously I was. My goodness, 7 pounds of cheese.
So we have 4 pounds of that good old American. All right.
Okay. That's what's in the middle there?
That's right in the middle. Those are the 2 big blocks right in the middle. All right. We had a pound of sharp cheddar. We had a pound of cream cheese, and then we had a pound of pepper jack. Now, Bri, you said I was a classy man, and I respect you for saying I was a classy man. Here was the final right there. You can get some Cheez-Its on top of that. That is, Bri, I made 6 pounds of mac, 7 pounds of cheese, and a box and a half of Cheez-Its. in two
Wow.
half sheet pans.
What beat? How did something beat that? What did they do to get first place?
Okay, there was mac and cheese that really kicked my ass. Like I'm
But I
not gonna.
can't. Like, what more can you do?
I'd Bry. That was the classic mac category. The super
That's
mac.
what I mean. Like, just straight mac and cheese. How can you make it better?
The one that beat me by 2 points.
Do you remember what it was?
She had a classic mac, except she had more of hers was a little bit more creamy than mine.
Okay,
So it was a
gotcha.
little bit more runny. And mine was going to hit you. Mine was going to hit you hard when you took a scoop of it. And I had a lot of people. I had a lot of people say that they were really happy with my mac and cheese. They're like, "Damn, that's a meal." I'm like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." I even gave high fives. Like Lauren had a couple bites of it. She's like, "Okay, I see you, fatty."
Yeah,
But yeah,
they're probably thinking that they're not going to take a dump for about 3 days. So that's probably why they dock points. All that
let's
cheese.
let's put it this way. You know how you've been there when we did the mac and cheese, right? And you do the tasting, and they put it out for everybody to eat. Bri, there were no leftovers from my mac and cheese. None.
I saw a picture. I think maybe they posted or you posted, and you're just in the background looking at some dude take like the last scoop,
Yep.
and you have a look like they just put your dog down.
Oh my god.
No more? What? No more Mac guys?
It was so great. We had such a great time there. And dude, seriously, they put on a badass tailgate. And it's right underneath the overpass. Seriously, as soon as you turn on West 3rd and Summit towards I believe it'd be the west side. So as you're turning on to Summit right there, it's right there, that parking lot right there. And man, Brian, listen to the food they had set up for this. And there's one recipe that I am trying to get right now. So first off, they started out with clam chowder. We had clam chowder. Second, chili. Bri, take a look at this cup of chili. Like that is, dude, that chili, I went back twice for that chili. That chili bomb. All right. Then here's the kicker. They had hot roast beef sandwiches with horsey sauce that they just kept coming out in trays.
Jeez.
Also, the thing that I got the most that I liked, right? They had pickled green beans, red cabbage, like wine vinegar, and I think it was pecans, like crushed up pecans on top of them.
Mm-hmm.
Bri, I couldn't get enough of that. That was so freaking good.
Hmm.
They had salads there. They had more sandwiches. They had their Western Summit breakfast sandwich, which was their
sandwich, sure.
And you've had that thing. That thing's phenomenal. Dude, it was a great spread. Now, when we got to the Super Mac, Bri,
right, that's what I want to hear. That's what the people came for. Let's hear about these.
The gloves went off. I talked to the guy that made a French onion mac and cheese.
Okay.
Bri, it was one of my favorites. It really was. It took second for me. For me. There was a crab mac and cheese, which was not bad at all. It was okay. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a buffalo chicken mac and cheese, which was actually really good.
Right.
But the one that did it for me, and you're probably going to be turned off by this, and I'm okay with that. There was a mac and cheese, and it was like an Alfredo sauce, like a creamy, that kind of, you know what I'm talking about with Alfredo sauce.
Right. Sure.
It had wild mushrooms and bacon in it. And Bri, that thing just hit. And then there was
was your number one, or that was the winner of it all?
That was my number one. Now, the winner of it all was the barbecued pulled pork mac and cheese with Bri. I'm telling you, I don't think there was mac in that mac and cheese. That was pretty much all pulled pork. It was like a sprinkle of noodles. But, man, it was good. It was a good time. It was a great turnout. Everybody had a blast. Like I said, Eric hey, he wants you back down to judge. I was not allowed to judge this year because I had a mac and cheese in, which I called bullshit for him.
Sure, right.
I said, Eric, this is bullshit. I won't even eat my mac and cheese. I know how good my mac and cheese is, but I want to be a judge in the Super Mac because I can't do it. I'm like, you're a dick. So I had to call
Was
him
Nick
out.
Wilson there?
Nick Wilson was not there, but we had the brown spider. Like I said, we had Dog Chug was there. We had tons of fun. Tons of fun came through. You remember Tons of Fun?
Oh yeah, sure do.
So Lauren and her husband and her crew were there. Who else came through? There was somebody else that came through. I got actually called out by Fatty by name because of our show. I'm being dead serious. Like I'm standing by Eric's bus. I'm talking to Lauren. I'm talking to people. I got a slap on the shoulder like, hey, are you Fatty Ham? I'm like, hold on, what? He goes, the pig with the beer helmet. Are you that guy? I'm like, yeah, the legal ham to the face. He goes, dude, I love your show. He goes, what are you here for? And I told him what I was here for. But they raised probably, I believe, from last I heard, it was $1,700 for City Dogs Cleveland is what they raised out of that tailgate.
That's fantastic.
So, and Brian, they had 2 stand-up smokers that kept everything warm. So it's, propane. They just took the propane in the smokers just to keep them warm, obviously. And that's where they put the mac and cheese and all the food. But man, what a great time. Great time. Here's another picture. I mean, they had the tents up. People were there partying. Definitely had the music playing. I did find a Winnebago, which I will tell you about later, that I want to go party with that guy at some point in time. I really do.
Oh, yeah. But I'm sure it's a good time. Absolutely.
I'll tell you about it after the show. Let's get into our top 3. Now, I did this just for fun. And obviously, Brian, I'm going to take out one thing. You cannot have beer or food.
Oh, come on.
So there's 2 things I'm taking away from our top 3 tonight: beer and food.
Do drinking games count as beer?
You can keep a drinking game. I'll let you have drinking games.
Okay. All right.
Let me play the top 3 sounder. We're going to do our top 3 must-haves at a tailgate minus beer and food. Bryce pissed at me because I took away the most top 3 things that he could have.
I mean, beer and food. Yeah, that could be 1, 2, and 3.
It's actually all of them. I'll go first to give you my list so you can kind of, understand where I'm coming from with this. So obviously it was November. I did get rained on. I did get snowed on. Number 3 for me, fire pit. Got to have a barrel, whether it be one of those propane heaters, anything like that, where people can kind of gather around and get warm and enjoy their time. Got to have one of those. Number 2, Bri, got to have a sound system. Music down there, and there is just music everywhere. And my God, is it great down there. I mean, you have your different age groups, genres, everything else. So definitely got to have some music playing. And Brian, number 1 for me is you always have to have a tent or a seat just to keep you out of the elements. Those are my top 3 must-haves.
Okay.
Now, obviously food has got to be there too. Obviously beer does too. But if you're taking those out, those are my must-3 haves because Eric went to North Ridgeville because he lives down in between me and you. It's not Brooklyn.
It's not North Ridgeville.
Huh?
Columbia Station, North Ridgeville.
No, he's like Strongsville. I think he's Strongsville area.
Strongsville? Okay.
But he went to North Ridgeville and got a whole bunch of firewood and then just cut a 5-gallon barrel in half. And we had a fire right there next to, everybody keep warm, that kind of thing. So, yeah, and I had seen a lot of propane heaters, dude. The tall ones, the little short ones. So there's a lot of those down there. But yeah, especially on a cold day like that, little propane here, at least get your hands warm. Got to go to. What about your top three, bud?
Yeah, it sounds like your top three is very specific to the tailgate that you were just at, because a lot of those things you don't need if it's 82 degrees and sunny out. So, so you said tailgate. I went to tailgate in general. I wasn't really thinking like just Browns tailgate. So, because you know me, I'll tailgate a college game, I'll tailgate a Browns game, I'll tailgate country concerts at Blossom. I'm a big tailgate guy. So, number three, I had cornhole, but then I thought of a better one. And I don't think enough people do it. Like I said, regardless of the tailgate, you need a football. If you're going to a Blossom, I love bringing a football. I'm pissed if I ever forget it. Just to have it for 10 minutes to toss a football around is just
something to do with your hands.
Something, you know, just to loosen up, to have a little fun. You just need one other guy who wants to play catch. What kind of dude doesn't want to play catch? So football's my number three. I'm with you. Number two's got to be some sort of music. It always helps when everyone kind of agrees with the genre of music. I know it's hard to please everybody, but yeah, some sort of music to get the blood flowing. And then my number one, I did have drinking games, but it kind of goes to good people that you're with, the camaraderie around the tailgate, just having everyone together, enjoying themselves, you know, just sitting around looking at each other is not a whole lot of fun. So sometimes you need some sort of activity to do. It doesn't have to be, if you're not a big drinker, you know, that's fine, but some sort of activity to kind of pull the whole group together.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And hey, talk about a great time. And I'll tell you about the Winnebago I saw because I was jealous. I was super jealous of this guy. But that's our top three tonight. Brian, let's do the trivia and then we will close out our show.
Yep.
So you asked me, he has tied, Myles Garrett has now had more than a certain person. I think, was it 5 seasons in a row?
Myles Garrett has 6 consecutive seasons with 12 sacks or more.
Okay.
And he passed this player who has 5.
I think, and it's only because it's, you know, he's a legend, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Yep. Giants legend. You got it.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Right. Think about how people speak about Lawrence Taylor. Like, some people say he's best defensive player of all time. Like, that's the type of territory Myles Garrett's, and he would have shattered it. I'd have to go back and look at the exact numbers, but I'm guessing the reason he doesn't have more than 6 is because he smashed Mason Rudolph over the head with his own helmet. I mean, that probably, I don't believe he got to 12 that year because he only played.
By the
8
way,
games.
I want to see the tape on that. I still think there's
they have tape. They have the audio.
That's what pissed me off. They found,
there's no doubt they have the audio.
Jamar Chase spitting on somebody,
right,
but not the audio of that. I call shenanigans, Bry.
Because he said a slur to Myles Garrett, and you can't have the Pittsburgh Steelers organization looking bad. I mean, he's gonna be their starting quarterback this week.
Never know.
Who called Myles Garrett a slur, and we don't know what happened. Yeah, you can't make the Steelers organization look bad.
Now, I do have to ask you, like, real quick before we get off here. Is Ben Roethlisberger or Mason Rudolph the longest tenured quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Dude, yeah, it seems like
feels like Mason Rudolph's been there for 30 years.
Do you know what year he came into the league?
God, it had to be like 2004?
Same year as Baker.
What? No, Mason Rudolph?
Yeah.
No.
Mason Rudolph was Oklahoma State. Baker was Oklahoma.
Hold on.
Same year.
Call BS.
Oh,
I think he's been longer than that.
Go ahead and look it up.
He's 30 years old.
Because to be honest, I kind of wanted Mason Rudolph, not knowing that we were drafting. Well, I kind of assumed we were drafting a quarterback.
2018.
Yeah, that was Baker.
No, what was Baker? I thought Baker was 20. Wasn't Baker 2020?
No. Baker 2020 was the year we won in Pittsburgh, the playoff game.
Oh shit, that's okay. It was Baker. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, because I remember I'm like, oh, Mason Rudolph. He's a big guy with a big arm. Played in the Midwest.
Why does I get the feeling he's like 80 years old, Bri?
He seems like he's been there a long time. He left, and then he came back. I think he was with the Titans for a year or two.
All right. Jesus, where we are now. All right, Brian, let's close out the show. We will see everybody next week. We want to thank our troops and first responders for everything you guys do. Also, happy Veterans Day, even though it's a week late. We did say it on Thursday.
Sure.
Want to thank all the veterans, especially the ones we know, like you said, Colby, Buzzy, you got Big Matt Brown. God, you had a list of them. Thank you guys for your service. Truly, truly appreciate you guys. Brian, with that being said, why don't you God bless him?
God bless you. God bless America.
All right. We are Legal Ham of the Face. We are definitely uncorked, unloaded, and we're out. Please go give us that like and subscribe on all of our channels at Ham Illegal. See you guys next Tuesday.